Now we need to not go back to there before we zap them. I'm sure is very humane. And won't definitely kill them. That too? Alright, try him. Yeah, they're super dead, aren't they? Great. They're just sleeping. Okay. So here we are. In this subway tunnel. That is definitely haunted. It looks like the console could extend the nearby bridge to cross the tracks. Power out, the entire thing is not. Okay, good to know. We explore the bathrooms. But I found drugs, everyone. Oh no, it was actually a med kit. Bunch of shit. Almost collapsed. Not getting out that way. I got a few. Oh. Like some squatters are living. Turn on the power, I guess. It's a fuse box. Nothing looks out of order. Try swapping the old fuse that's in the bathroom to track. Add an extra fuse to track. Place the extra fuse into a socket next to track. Status light next to track remains red. Okay. Try swapping the old fuse that's in bathroom to track. Lights in the bathroom go out. Status light next to track, like extra fuse to track. Add an extra fuse to bathroom. You place the extra fuse into a socket next to bathroom. The status light next to track remains. Okay. Let's put it back on track. Okay, so they both needed to be on the control the bridge. Now the light in the bathroom's out. Great. That makes me feel safe. Bridge. Mechanical bridge smoothly slides out, expands the gap over the cracks. Thank you. Okay, well, this looks safe. It's so dark in this area, you can barely see. I think I have to go swap some fuses again. Okay. That just makes the puzzle. It's very dark in here. Door is stuck shut. You're in 6. Force the door. Get your muscle to force it. What happens if is Iger gonna hate me? Iger shoulder checks the door and the crack of splintering plastic. The door pops open. Ares high explosive grenade. Wonderful. Wonderful and terrifying. Are there lights out here? Well, it's even darker. This is incredibly haunted. That breaker box. That's them! Open fire! Solid hit. Target acquired. Who are you people? Oh, they diverted our train so they could ambush. Okay, gotcha. Okay, well, if that's the case, a hit. Oh, was it your trick? Okay. I'm gonna go over here. Mark you. Sorry. Adrenal pump. Go kill this man. I'm hit! Now he's asleep. You know, this isn't exactly a smart thing to do, right? My god, it's always the fucking grenades. Nice aim it. Throwing a stun grenade in the air. I shouldn't say that. I'm sure you're very nice when you're not throwing grenades at people, and also probably... Meanwhile, Glory slaps this man to death. That's magic. Tiger. Oh, that's bad. Fine. That's pretty bad, actually. Got these guys. Oh, hold on, I need to stay still. Oh, just in time. Which mission is this? The... Right after the biotech. Right after the bio-zombie mission. Tiger just punches a man to death. Dietrich. You're so... Holy Christ. There isn't an order to them? Oh, this is, I wasn't sure. Yeah, it's the ambush in the subway tunnel. Or subway station. Just pass the fuck out. Tiger can... I'm gonna punch him. I don't. Makes more sense, yeah. So I just finished the mission where I'm dealing with the... You just accept them all at once and then... That makes sense. This man dropped a thing. Cryptid PDA. Oh, we're still in fucking combat. God damn it. Yeah, I haven't done the Lodge trial, but I just did the... I'm not sure I'm not sure if I should give this data back to the phone booth guys. Because it seems really fucking bad. Have to keep going. Sure, whatever. gun. That's fun. Oh, hello. When people are in most circumstances chill, the Lodge isn't. It's more the data they want me to give to them feels very can't think of it feels like really fucked up to give it to, or mostly to like give it to anyone. Hello, goodbye. Do that trial next so you either get the benefit or tell them to fuck off. Okay, I'll do that then. I get the hell out of here. Dietrich shouldn't be in no cover. Seems bad. Okay, well, Dietrich, I'm sorry to say this, but you better hope that they shoot at Iger. If I survive. Yeah. Okay, that wasn't too... That actually was not a bad turn for me. Yeah, this is Undertale. I'm under the boot of capitalism, so I'm making my own tale. Can I not hit Glory with this? Nice. Good shot. What else is a shot? Oh, this is... Get behind this. Did I even shoot anyone? Eager to hit the head. Oh, Glory, you can kill two people at once, perhaps. They're not really next to each other, but... Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I love Glory so much. It's the best. Queen of my heart. Oh no. Not again. Kill yourself. Get behind some fucking cover. That is really popping off tonight. True. I put something different in the soup tonight. Glory, kill. I know, I always think this is gonna be like XCOM and they'll never have grenades, but I've only played XCOM 1. Oh. Oh, I hit a crit shot. Look at me. Oh. XCOM also always has grenades! Yeah, but I never get hit by them. Different. New XCOM 1. Yeah. Die? Thank you. Oh, good. Very good. Mutons will fuck you up with plasma grenades. I just one-shot mutons. What are you talking about? Like the train will be going anywhere at the access point. Oh, right. I usually just target the mutons like immediately. Yeah, they do hit me with. I always forget. You got like 10 dudes blown up by a blaster bomb and bugs come bunch them. Oh no. Yeah, I forget grenades exist every time, but because I don't use them. The rest of your trip is eventful. Someone is hunting you. This ambush was no chance gang warfare, but an organized attempt. If Green Winters was right, then whoever killed you now after you. DA that you Time to return to your house and cancel. It's either early or it cutting out. My volume high. It's a little annoying. I need to fuck around with my gate. No, I was probably cutting out for everyone. My noise gate might be impressive. Fucked around, but have yet to find out. I'm gonna set it to a higher cutoff. Do I sound better? So, I have this thing, which I feel... Okay, good. I'm glad it sounds better. I feel like this is, like, really fucked up if I give this to anyone. I really should. But the completionist in me. Well, I can trust them. Alright, whatever. I'm fucking around. I'm gonna find out. The machine accepts the data upload. A few moments later, certified cred stick is spat out of the coin slot. Phone's old LCD readout display. Text. Freedom, equality, information. Talking well. If I get burned for this, well, I should level up. It's still cutting out. Why? Is my microphone too close? Is that why? What does it sound like? Am I too quiet like this? I should upgrade. Oh, guns. I should definitely upgrade my gun proficiency. Gets me for a while. Got anything for one? Probably. Anything. Don't want to start going into drone? Yeah. No, I'll save it. Okay. My squad level. I am assuming I want the flashbang for Iger. Oh, which better? Little spaces at the end of my sentence. Okay, wait. Trauma specialist? Okay, that makes sense. assuming I want flashbangs here, because action economy, and then cyber flex model accuracy for a total of gun, and then trusty machine gun. Now pierce. You like frag bubbles are good? Okay. I think I'm okay on damage, and I think I just want like more that sounds pretty good. I don't know what earth and fire elemental do. I haven't used. I'm assuming fire elementals are like dot and then elemental. Not heal. Increase defense. I have a fire. Hold on. Good. Armor shredding this. I'll do armor shredding. How many do I have? Okay. Am I still doing like out stuff? Please tell me if it keeps happening. I can't fix it. How is Alexander doing? Justin. Camel shakes his head. Your friend Dietrich took the chance of sending his nephew to my best to justify his faith in me. Let's go in. Still happening? Okay, where is it happening? Is it happening when I stop talking or when I get too loud? Really? Oh, that's so weird. Filtering. Okay, I'm gonna try something and I want to see if it does anything. How do I sound now? Do I still sound... It's randomly in the middle of sentences? That doesn't make any sense to me. I haven't changed anything. Okay, if I talk like... If I just talk at this volume, at this distance from the microphone, with this amount of volume, is it still happening? I'll just keep going, tell me what you hear. Seems okay at the moment? Okay, good. Blitz's eyes widen when he sees the drone that you're carrying. He looks anxious. Oh, hey Chief. How's it going? On this stroll in the hotel vault. Does it belong to you? Yeah, Chief. That's mine. I didn't want to say anything at the time. It's my idea to have you live the vault on the... It's my personal drone. Good to have something to hide behind when you're on a solo second run, you know? Lester took it from me when she controlled the Schwarzenegger. I'd been hoping to get it back ever since. Okay, I love technology magic where something will just be fixed because you did nothing different after trying to fix it for a million. With a million. Technology is fun. I gotta say, Chief, it hurt me to see her all banged up to hell like she was. It looked like Lester had a few of her goons take turns on my pistol. But it looks like you got her up and running again. How'd you manage that? Well, you fixed your drone. Says it won't listen to anyone but you. Score. But can I have it back? Yeah, sure. It's no use to me anyway. Let Stubbs out a cigarette. Effort. I was hoping I'd... Another run lined up for us yet? Grab for cash. Yeah, don't worry. Doing fine on the job front. Ansel's been working overtime. Oh, thank God. Thank you, Chief. Thank Paul, too. So, you have a question for me? Or... Just checking in on you. Any problems aside. Doing okay? Not too bad, Chief. Not bad at all. It's downright cozy in here. This probably goes without saying, but it's also nice to have my skills appreciated by someone who drug-addled psychopath. Gang life was getting old. Okay, why are you so strapped for cash? With all the work we've been doing, you should be rolling in here. What can I say, Chief? He tries on a thoroughly unconvincing smile, but immediately seems better of it. The anxious look returns to his... I have expensive. How expensive are we talking here? Even if you had a raging cram habit, I think that you'd at least have some money. Cutting out. I think I'm being too loud. I think that's what it is. Expensive. Truth be told, I'm in debt. What? He hesitates before responding. When he does, his voice carries an... No offense, but this is getting a little... My debts are none of... Some bookie sends his thugs here looking for going to become... So talk, now. Shakes his head in exasperation. Alright, fine. It seems worse. I hate the... happening. Oh, wow, it's really... Hold on. Is that it? Is that better? I guess I need to keep talking, but I think the gain on my microphone was turned all the way down by accident. My compensation is really weird. Is that better? I'll keep talking. Let me know. Yeah. First off, you don't need to worry about anyone coming after me. My debts are a bunch of old contacts. If I don't pay them, I'm gonna lose them. And in this line of work, it isn't smart to burn. Second, before you ask, those are debts for services rendered. I was in a tight spot, I needed some help, and I threw out around a lot of IOUs to get it. Third, and finally, the trouble I was in involved a girl. I'll tell you about it if you ask me to. We're verging deep into personal territory, so if you don't want to hear me sob over my ex-girlfriend, you'll drop the subject now. So it's up to you, Chief. Really want to go down this road? Or shall we keep this relationship professional? Go ahead, tell me. I'm interested. Liz meets your gaze for a moment, then looks away and sighs. Alright, where to begin? Met Emily in Broken Keep. She was the first person who was ever more important to me. I was crazy about her, Chief. To this day, she's the only person I've ever met who could outdeck me. And the real kicker is that she wasn't even a decker by trade. There's nothing she wasn't good at. I like to dabble in rigging, but Emily? That girl could pick up anything. Set her mind too. Sounds like a hell of a girl. Was. Just things right. No matter how stupid I was, no matter what I got myself into, made it right. I don't think of much of many people. Emotional attachments aren't really my thing. Love seems like a diluted word these days, so I won't waste it on Emily. Well, let's just say that she... And I lost her. I don't know what was happening. Came out of nowhere. One day she was just... fun. Along with most of my decking gear. The only explanation was a handwritten note on old-fashioned paper. Leave me alone. That was it. Together for years, and that was all she left me. That and this beat-up old cyber deck. Naturally, I freaked. We had our share of argument. Never had a huge blowout or anything. Think of anything that would drive her to do a thing like that. Mostly, I felt hurt, so I searched for her in the real world and ate tricks. That turned up nothing. I started tapping my contacts. And that was when I started racking up. Find her? Oh, she's gone, Nephrite. Without a trace. I looked high, I looked low, I poked into everything I could think of. My contacts did the same. He shakes his head. She's gone, Chief. Point, I've accepted them. I still have to repay those debts. I feel for you, man, but I'm surprised that you've given up so easily. Come on, look. He blinks. I don't know, Nephrite. I really did look everywhere, and at great personal cost. If she means that much, you owe it to yourself to try. Yeah, might be right. He shakes his head. Fuck, thought I was done with it. You're right, without some kind of closure, I'm never gonna be at peace with it. Thanks for the talk, Chief. I'll let you know how it goes. You do that, Blitz. Luck. Oh, wait. Last mission. One look at Blitz's face is enough to tell you that something is gnawing at him. He stands beside his table, playing with a coffee spoon. Boy, Nephrite, what you need? What's going on, Blitz? Chief, I hate to admit it, but I might be in a little bit of trouble here. Go on. There's an awkward pause. Then Blitz plows on ahead. Well, you remember those creditors I told you about? Ones who loaned me all that money? Yeah, you just told me about them. Yeah, well, as it turns out, some of them are a little less forgiving than I thought they were. Keep talking. Well, one in particular seems to have taken things kind of personal. How personally are we talking? I got a package and it had somebody's thumbs in it. Yeah, thumbs. Came in a cigar box packed in salt. No idea who they belong to. I'm pretty sure they're meant to convey some sort of message. I think that's a pretty safe bet. Yeah, I don't want to lose my thumbs, Chief. I like my thumbs. I think I need to pay this guy back. Luckily, I got a plan. I know how to get myself out of hot water with me. I've got it all spec'd out. Alright, lay it on me. Well, there's this group out in Dragonfall. They call themselves the Landenberg. They're a financial crime organization, and there's a lot of bad blood between them and Meat Grinder's operation. You're gonna set two gangs against each other. You know how bad of an idea this is, right? Anyway, back when I was running with the Schwarzerson, I laid out the groundwork for a hit on the Landberg. Never able to make good on it, though. For some reason, none of the other gangers ever volunteered to help out. With your help, I could steal enough money from them to cover my debt, and get myself back into Meat Grinder's good graces in the process. So what do you think? Quick run, just you and in the Matrix, and use my woman on the ground. We hit them, satisfy my debt, and laugh about it on our way back home. Sounds like a plan? Alright, but in the future, more upfront with me about things like this. No problem, Chief. Not a problem at all. You can count on me. Now, if you excuse me, I've got some last-minute stuff to take care of before we get started. Oh, and Nephrite, thanks. What, Blitz? To the U-bomb? Not as such, Chief. I won't be physically going to Dragonfall. I've seen enough of that place for one lifetime. I'll be jacking in from a terminal that's set up here at Cruise Bazaar. Great, okay. Well, I guess I'll send you a call when I get there. Sounds good, Chief. Again. Wanted to ask him about last mission. Oh well. I think it's a bit better, but it's still cutting out. Come on. Still cutting out, huh? Can't tell if it's cutting out because I'm too quiet or too loud. That's what's hard for me to really... Oh. Also, if it's random, it might be because I'm recording. Which, might be the problem. I'm not sure. Hold on, I'm gonna... for a second. And here, what... Dietrich greets you with his familiar wry smile. Ephraim, what's new? Any thoughts about that last run you'd like to share? There is nothing about that run that didn't disgust me. They did to that troll, he shudders. It wasn't right, boss. On any level. Oh, yeah, that's really weird. I wonder why it's happening. What if I get closer to the mic? I don't care what anyone else tells you. To listen to me, Nephrite, what you did, killing that thing, it was the right call. Ooh, jeez, why is that happening? I think it is because I'm recording. Yeah, I'm listening back, that's why you can't hear the game. Ugh. I don't care what anyone else tells you. To listen to me, Nephrite, what you did, killing that thing, it was the right call. Yeah, it cost us some yen, but letting that thing live would have been a travesty. Oh, now it sounds fine. This is really weird. Whatever. I don't care what... That sounded good. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the... being super weird. I don't know what's going on. I'm curious, teacher. Why'd you switch from fronting a band to running to the shadows? Honestly, working the stage was getting boring, boss. Spitting and screaming at the world was fine and good when I was a kid, but it just didn't do it for me anymore. The Dragon Slayer wanted me to fight a real enemy, so I left the band behind and I turned to the shadows. He shrugs. I don't know. Guess I figured that would be the best way to find one. Considering current events, I'd say you're not wrong about that. Yeah, I guess not. Feels kinda daunting, truth be told, but it's exciting all the same. I've been looking for a worthy adversary for a while now. Kinda satisfying having a white whale to chase. How long have you been looking for a real enemy? Drugs. Not too long. Ever since I took down the last one. Ooh, and... Fascination. The last one? Of course! I might be able to sit around feeling pleased with myself if I follow the creator, the Moon Maiden. Dragon Slayer ain't that kind of idol. If I'm not drinking, I'm fighting. And if I'm not doing either of those things, I'm looking for a bigger, better fight to get in next time. Dietrich produces a flask from his jacket pocket and raises it in salute. It's a remarkably simple code to live by. Who was this last one? Big boss, great big orcish bastard called the Wild Schwein, led the local chapter of the Horde. I'd had my sights set on him and his for a while. They hurt a lot of people, and I figured they'd pose a challenge. I wasn't wrong about that, but I took him on that. I'm not gonna stop him. I'm not gonna stop the man. I have a better gun I can... I have a shotgun. That's the only thing I can use? What am I... Dex, right? Wait, what is my firearms? Have I been upgrading the... Oh, maybe I need 4 in pistol. Oh no, I don't have 4 in range combat yet. And then that gives me okay, got it. I'll try and get that next time I get some. Iger offers you Palinod, right? Any thoughts on that last run? I'm not gonna lie, Nephrite. This one is going to stick to me for a while. What they did to that troll was sick. This is probably going to surprise you, but I'm happy the Mark 6 is dead. Yeah, Herr Schmidt was pissed, and sure, our reputation got dinged. Neither of those are good things, but I'll take them over being part of what they were doing to that troll any day. Walking out of a run with a conscious, rare favor. Rare pleasure. Savor it while you can. You trust me, Iger? She nods, pauses for a moment, considering. Finally, she nods. Yeah, I do. You've earned that much. I haven't always agreed with your decisions, Nephrite, but you've proven your own competence. It's only fair for me to acknowledge it. What happened to you? This again? Why do you care, Nephrite? Because it's pretty clear if you had your way, you'd still be with them. A good leader places a priority on knowing your team. She slowly nods. I'll tell you. I suppose you deserve to know. What happened to us was Hoffman. He was a rookie, kid of some big money corporate exec. Looked good on paper and he made it through KSK training, so he was technically qualified to join a team, but he was way too green to fit in with ours. Still, he wanted to be a hero and his family had enough clout to get him an assignment of his choosing. I don't know how many strings Hoffman's daddy had to pull to get him assigned to our team, but he pulled them. Hoffman became our 9th squad mate despite Metzger's objection. Anyway, flash forward a few weeks. We're closing in on one of the Russian mob's major trafficking organizations. They had been using a series of warehouses 50 miles from the border as a staging area for their convoy. Women and girls from Eastern Europe were being housed there. When the convoys came, they'd be crammed into cargo containers hauled across the border into Germany. Go to any brothel along the border and have a look who's around. Chances are, you'll find at least a few girls who spent some time in those warehouses. Slovakians, Hungarians, Poles, you name it. The mob has been smuggling them over for decades. But we weren't in a position to derail their operation and weren't going to let our new addition slow us down. We hit them by surprise and we hit them hard. Fisher and Brown managed to take down the Banshee that they had patrolling the site. Wolf had a reconnaissance drones ahead. Overhead providing battle tech feeds to the rest of us. We picked off their gunmen one by one. They had our numbers on us, but they didn't know where to hit us. We had eyes in the sky and we had cover and concealment. Every time they thought they had a fix on us, we'd shift positions and hit them again. They might as well have been fighting ghosts. Then Hoffman broke cover and gave away our position, and after that, all hell broke loose. Wolf went down first. The sound of it will haunt me for the rest of my days. An explosion, a choked scream, and then this long, drawn-out gurgling sound. When he died, his drones went down with him, and there were too many hostiles to track without them. I'll spare you the goring details, Nephrite. Suffice to say that my team was wiped out. Face clouds again. I can see the tears beginning to well in her eyes. I watched Metzger die. The visible effort, she clamps down on her emotions and calms herself. When she speaks again, her voice is flat. I rounds myself. Had to drag myself across the older nascent line Germany. I almost died. So that's the story. My KSK courier died with the rest of the team. Our mission was illegal after all. Off the books. There was no going back for me, so I wound up here. She looks you in the eye. Her tone is impassive. That tell you everything. No, fearlessly. Satisfied now? Yeah. Thank you, Iger. So, what's your takeaway from my tale of woe? I figure you've got to have one. When Monica died, you blamed me because I was new to... But I'm not Hoffman, Iger. Yeah, not. I know that. And you're right. Point. I might have judged you too harshly because of Hoffman. But everything else that I said was justified. Giving you command of this team was a hasty decision, made for the wrong reason. I stand by that assessment. But between then and now, I've been watching you like a hawk and you've grown, Nephrite. You weren't the right choice to lead before. I still believe that, but you are now. Thanks, Iger. Good talk. You know what? Until next. I love Iger. All the characters. The squad in this game just rolled. Check inbox for messages. I have 5 unread messages. Okay. Salvage DVD. The screen flickers to life and Maliet's face appears. From the shifting background and ambient noise, it's clear that this message was recorded on a portable device. Hoy, Nephrite. I just wanted... I can't say hoy with a straight face. Just wanted to tell you I've met with limited success on working the stack of DVDs. It's a thorny problem, but at least I'm making some headway. If you look on the table beside your DVD player, you'll find another recovered disc. I wasn't able to salvage all the files on it, but I think that you might find what I did recover to be of interest. For my part, I'm going to continue working on them. To tell you the truth, I wouldn't hold out much to hope though. They're all badly damaged and suffering from disc rot besides. I'll be in touch. My best to you and your team. The message ends and the faded. Find yourself back at your inbox. Re-hijacked shipment. Net back Ganari to Nephrite. If you value new hardware coming into the cruiser star, we need to talk. One of my weapon shipments was hijacked by a local gang. I can promise 500 yen, and if you can recover the shipment, I'll have some new gear on the shelf. Come see me for the details. Withheld. To Nephrite. We would like to arrange a meeting between you and one of our representatives. Find him at the cafe nearby. His name is Luca Duer. He will be expecting you. Come alone. Payback is sweet. The screen flickers to life in Maxim's face. Wearing a broad grin, and you hear the sounds of celebration in the background. Hey there, Muscle. Not sure if Tuck gave me the right address, but I figured it was worth a shot. I don't know if you've heard, but our favorite polo club got hit from all sides by the F state today. It was glorious. Hell yes. Fuck them up. Anyway, just thought you'd want to share in the good news. And thanks for your help back there. I don't think we would have made it out there without you. He raises a hand and says, take care, Nephrite. Message ends. Hey, thanks. Alexander to Nephrite. Hey, Nephrite, Uncle Dietrich told me that I should message you here, so I figured that I should. Probably told you I'm living at Samuel's, huh? Well, look where I am. It's different, I'll give it that much. I like that I don't get pressured to hurt people, so that's good. Nobody smacks me around, even though I can tell that a lot of the orcs and trolls want to. I do get yelled at a lot and called a lot of names. I guess that making me feel bad about that kind of thing is all part of the play. Life kinda sucks right now, but at least nobody is gonna make me kill anyone. Uncle D says it's gonna get better. Maybe it will. I don't know. Anyway, what I mostly wanted to say was thanks for not killing me back at the human compound. I had a gun on you, so you totally could have, but you didn't, and I'm really glad about that. Thanks, Alexander. Or he will be, sure. Some point. Maybe. Oh. Correct. Claim payment for Mark 6 prototype extraction. That the job is finished and await your client's response. A few moments later, a message pops onto. Herr Schmidt to Nephrite. To call your work unsatisfactory would be an understatement. When I said that we wanted the prototype, it should have gone without saying we wanted it intact and operational. Well, fuck you! I'm not giving you a person! You get the tech. That's it. You technically fulfilled the terms of our arrangement. You will get paid, but don't ever expect to work for us again. Schmidt. Yeah, fuck you too. A moment later, a second message pops into your inbox. Your payment details. Deductions for crew salary, resupply costs, automatic deduction to Alice funds, Commander sent to Nephrites. You all pending an active job. Pending an active. Grade pending. Pharma cleanup. Ansel's face winks onto the screen. Here you'll find the transcript of my conversation with Air Food, potential client. The job seems to be relatively straightforward and the payout is reasonable. One word of caution before. There are aspects to this run that you might find morally troubling. Oh, and I don't find the last run morally troubling? Okay, game. Be sure to read and understand the specifics of the job before accepting. If you do accept, you'll be expected to carry out the requirements of the job in full. After reading the transcript, you may whether or not to accept. Respond in the affirmative, our client will be notified at all necessary preparation. Herr Emsel? Yes, I am here. To whom am I speaking? Call me Herr Fu. Very well. Please describe the work that you would like done. Straight to the point. Like that. Very well. I would like to retain your team's services. Go on. My employers dispatched a team of operatives to conduct a quiet operation at a local Sharing Pharma AG lab. Unfortunately, they botched the team was eliminated. We have reliable information. One of the operatives was taken captive. If this rogue agent were to spill information leading back to my employers, it could lead to a corporate war. A great many lives could be lost. My employers would like nothing more than to prevent such a tragic turn of events. I see. And you wish to retain my team's services to tie up loose ends? Exactly. Captive operative is a rigger by the name of Thorvald Estad. Need him neutralized before he can inform us to his captors. As Estad and his team have already put the facility on high alert, stealth will not be an option. The team will need to shoot its way in, eliminate Estad, and exit the straightforward enough task and well within my team's capability. What are you offering in terms of pay? 15,000 yen. This offer is non-negotiable. Very well. I'll pass the offer on to my team. Very good. Stay here, Ansel. Job, yes, no. So is the moral thing just killing a bunch of people? I'll accept. Funds. 100. Required 50. Want to deposit money. Access gas. Post-pay data for sale. Have any payment for data. Humanist safe house data. Give me money for that. Nice. Thread. Formula 17. So we've all seen this one floating around the tricks. This is some serious stuff. It's got heavy-duty corp written all over it. Not a lot of players could be behind something like Ares or SK or maybe one of the big farmer corps, say Sherrig or AGC. Of course, you can never totally discount the as easy. My esteemed colleague, this is indeed a recipe for top-shelf Drac. Whispers from the shadows say that this is sourced straight from the F-State. Hello, boys. I'm a big fan. You know, long-time reader, first-time poster. Quite an interesting concoction you have here. I'm just itching to cook some up. So many interesting properties to play with. I've already got a few tweaks in mind for my own special version. You sure you want to do that? This stuff doesn't play nice, and corps are really bad at sharing their toys. You can, of course, always share their secrets for them. Just gotta make sure you run a little faster than them. Always running, I see that you. Like clockwork. Rockwork? Please. And I'm touched by your concern, but don't ever worry about little old me. I do declare, this shall be ever such fun. Why are people... I love that they're role-playing. It looks like I did not get the mission that Nora was telling me about, but maybe I need to check later. Glory's pallid face lights up at your approach. A genuine smile spreads across her lips. Oh, she likes me! She really likes me! Likes me back! But... Nephrite, good to see you. Glory, how are things? She pauses for a moment, considering. You know what? I'm happy, actually. For the first time in a long time. I have you to thank for that. Any thoughts on the last run? A tinge of red crawls up Glory's neck. Nephrite, look at me. She extends her sculpted metal arms. Chrome glints in the flickering light. Not far from being what that poor troll was. When I think of what they did to him... She looks you in the eye. Her expression remains neutral, but that slight blush has spread from her neck to her cheek. It wasn't right, and you did the only thing you could to make it better. You knew that it would cost you, and you did it anyway because it was right. Don't forget that, Nephrite. Not ever. You ready to tell me about that chrome you're sporting? Nephrite. The explanation for that is coming. A look of unease. I'm not sure you're going to like it, though. You needed time and I gave you... Ready to talk about Forestella yet? Yeah. Glory looks troubled, more so than you've ever seen it before. Whatever memory she's dredging up must be exceedingly... I'm not gonna lie, I haven't been looking forward to this, but yeah, it's time. Nephrite, look. I'm about to tell you some things about myself that might change your opinion of me. It's entirely possible you're going to hate me based on what's coming up next. I've accepted that, and if that's what happens, I sincerely believe I deserve it. She looks you in the eye, her expression grim. So tell me, sure you want to keep pushing forward with this? Yeah, this is important for you, Glory. After everything we've been through, I think we both know that. Whatever you have to tell me, I'm ready to listen. Thanks, Nephrite. Thanks for being a friend. So when we left off last time, I had just moved to the streets of Tübingen, the warm, inviting confines of Forestella. Marta and I were happy there for a little while, and Harrow embraced me as my lost daughter. I should probably take a moment to talk more about Harrow. He's going to be an important figure in this. I don't know what his age was, but he's old enough to be... but young enough to hang with the kids or something like a peer level. Best guess, I'd say he was in his 20s. He was handsome and well-built, with a neatly trimmed beard and thick brown hair. There was something else about him. Something uncanny. Harrow had this charisma, this raw magnetic attraction that people latch onto him. I saw it over and over. All it took were a few words and a pat on the shoulder and Harrow would have a new convert. The other kids of the farm followed him around like lost puppies. As much as I loved Marta, as much as I thought she loved me, we forgot all about one another when Harrow was around. All that we wanted was to be close to him, be part of his inner circle. Soon enough, we were. For a girl of 17, it was all terribly exciting. Harrow had all these rules of living that he would teach us, rules about self-determination and the importance of disobedience. He claimed to have taught classes at the University of Berlin, which he painted as a mix between an earthly paradise and an anarchist playground. He told us how Forestella would be a focal point of new movements for the children of the fatherland. He told us we were special. He ate it up of kids. For those of us in the inner sanctum, Harrow would share even more. He had power the likes of which I'd never seen. Not my father's drunken fists or my own childish experiments. Genuine, incredible power. He said it came from the Horned God, an ancient deity that he venerated. He knew about my latent abilities right away, and he offered to... Naturally, I accepted. I have heard about this Horned God. Followers have a poor reputation. especially among the bad reputation I might have gained as well deserved. But there was more to it than that, as you'll see. Very sighs. Hang with me, Nephrite. Rough waters ahead. So I became Harrow's apprentice. He taught me to channel magic and summon spirits. He taught me rituals and pagan traditions, Machiavellian philosophy, and Nietzschean ethic. Above all, he taught me to connect with his horned god, and through it I learned power and arrogance. It was all downhill from there. For the next few years, I lived at Forestella as Harrow's enforcer and right-hand girl. I was also his sometimes wife and concubine, but that was a distinction that I shared with all of the girls in the commune, including my beloved Marta. I'd come to learn that she'd been his long before she met me, but by that point I didn't care. I embraced the rules of living. I was Harrow's creature through and through. I didn't ask questions, and I walked the path that was in front of me. Other fun facts about those years: I learned cruelty. I had power now, and my new idol encouraged me to. Harrow did the same. Any children who didn't pull their weight were subjected to my tender mercies, and I was anything but tender. I took what I wanted rather than asking. I liked it. It was fun. I also came to learn that Harrow's horn god was not the icon first worshipped by the throwback cults across Germany. It was certainly a god with horns, but it came from an altogether different tradition. Care to hazard a guess? The devil? In the magically active community, we refer to it as the adversary. But yeah, same being. Or less. So my idol, the ancient deity that was feeding me my power, was the antithesis of everything that is right and good. You know what? Didn't care. In our time together, Harrow and I committed more atrocities than I could count. At this point, I was onto all of his tricks. I knew that Forestell was no more than a honey trap, carefully designed to lure local children into my master's clutches. I knew that the kids who seemed resistant to Harrow's brainwashing techniques round up for fertilizing the garden. I knew that Harrow's entire manifesto was bullshit, and I knew that through it all, Harrow and the adversary were laughing. I was laughing right there beside them. I don't want to pin the blame for my decisions on anyone but me. That said, I would like to posit that my father's connection to the Cruise Ritters might have helped me play into my willingness to serve the adversary. In my warped, indoctrinated little brain, I equated that the church with evil, so the opposite of that, I figured, had to be, well, not good, then at least not totally bad. But I was kidding myself, of course. I knew deity was the very definition of bad. Serving it made me bad. End of story. Can't excuse the choices that you made. I can understand why you made them. That's big of you, Nephrite. I genuinely mean that. Laurie takes a moment to settle herself and continue. Anyway, one day, Harrow invited me on a Stuttgart. Oh, going to kill your father, I see. Over the years that I was in Forestella, the commune had easily doubled in size. It was thrilling, all thanks to the efforts of Marta and the girls like her. Harrow would send the girls out to neighboring cities to lure in the street. Would miss. He targeted children because they were easy to indoctrinate. Because nothing makes the adversary happier than the corruption and... As we drove out to pick up the new recruits, I was already planning ahead. It was a foregone conclusion that I would pay my father a visit. The irony of a group of cruise ridders getting immolated by a genuine servant of the actual devil tickled me to no end. So, Harrow stopped to fill up on diesel. I hopped out of the van and headed on foot to my parents' place. Harrow wasn't overly concerned about my absence. I had long since reached the point where I could assert my autonomy. Lily, you can say this. Autonomy. He knew I'd be back. Automata. Found out at my folks' home sometime around noon. Hear the adversary whispering into my ear, telling me what to do. I'd long since learned to listen to this voice. It had always rewarded me with extra power when I did it. Told me to knock, so I did. As the door opened, I could feel a torrent of flames welling up in the astral plane all around me. So it told me to channel them into the doorway, into my father, so I did. But, of course, the person who opened the door wasn't my father. My mother. As I watched her flesh blacken and melt, as I heard her scream, I broke into hysterics, heard the adversary laugh. And at that moment, I realized it was laughing at me. Sorry, Glory. Glory nods. Grim expression on her delicate face. Thanks. We're almost to the end. Thanks for sticking with me. It was like a lever had been pulled. All at once, the bubble popped. I wasn't a powerful servant of the adversary. I was not Harrow's #1 girl. I was a ridiculous little fool who'd willingly tied her soul to the worst thing in existence. Realizing all of this was one thing, actually fixing it was something else was entirely. I knew I had to get away from Harrow. That was the first thing to do. So I bit my lip and did the best to ignore the happy babble of the recruits on the trip back to Firestella, and I managed to get through the ride without screaming. Once we were back at the commune, I broke into Harrow's safe, stole all the commune's resources, and ran. I don't know when Harrow realized that what I'd done, or whether he even cared. All I know is that nobody came after me, so I kept running and running until I got to Berlin. Getting past the wall was fairly simple. How easy it is to obtain falsified papers. The biggest obstacle that I faced during my flight was that with the adversary itself. I could run from Harrow, but how do you run from something that's tied to your soul? I have a feeling I know. The haunted look in Glory's eyes is heartbreaking. She gives you another Kurt. I walked into the office of the first street dog I could find, pointed at all his biggest, bulkiest pieces of Cyroware that he had on display, and I told him to put them into me. He tried to upsell me on better merchandise, arguing that what I was asking for was old and inefficient, better suited to be installed in a museum than a body. He told me that I'd be shredding my essence and that once it was gone, I'd never be able to get it back. That's what you want. I stuck to my guns. They're all shredding my essence, the whole. Glory looks up at you. Her eyes are sunken and hollow. The aura of loss about her is palpable. Looks like a woman. Hell. That's all for now, Nephrite. You've heard the tale. The way I am. What have I done? How much I have to atone. If you still want my company, if I've lost your friendship, I understand. But for now, alone. I love her so much. She's so... I can't say she's so good, but also she's so good. I want this gun. Hey, Amsel. How's it hanging? Amsel calls over his shoulder at the sound of your approach. His eyes are glued to his computers. That's right, Frau Mueller should say, but before you go to the meeting tonight, I have news. Upon seeing the expression on your voice becomes grave. Tell me what happened. I had some trouble on the U-bomb. Someone set up an ambush. Amsel pauses, then gives a curt nod. Well, I've been expecting that something like this might happen. Just glad you made it out alive. Hands over the encrypted PDA. One of the attackers dropped this. Amsel takes the PDA from you. Yeah. Yes. I should be able to extract some information. Give me a moment. He plugs the PDA into his computer and goes to work. A few moments later, he lets out a grunt of disgust. Well, Nephrite. I was able to recover a file, but unfortunately, that's all I'll ever be able to pull off this. All anyone ever will, truth be told. It must have been running some kind of counterintuitive software. The instant I gained access, it bricked itself. Amsel disconnects the useless PDA and drops it to the ground. Clatters to a rest on the metal floor. You managed to pull off of it. A comm file. The audio is all here, but it looks like we've only got video from one side of the conversation. Let's see what we have. He opens the file and a nightmarishly familiar face appears on the screen. Let me guess. A troll. Bachmeyer. The voice bleeds out from Amsel's filling the room. Audrin, what's your status? Bachmeyer's image is garbled, but the voice sounds young and youthful. Target acquired, sir. You were right. We spotted her on the U-Bahn, just like you said. Probably on her way to a job. As per your instructions, we're gonna try and take her out on the way back. We'll be more vulnerable that way. Hopefully injured and low on ammo too, but only time will tell. Man, proceed is... Will do. Bossman is rigging up an ambush spot now. We'll try to make it quick. Work with the nightmare face knob. Send me a comm when the job is done. Audra now. The image on the computer screen dies. Ansel turns to face you. Oh, our scarred friend makes an appearance. Afraid, I suspect that Green Winter's predictions are coming true. I believe that Feuerschwinge is behind this. Under Ansel's patient exterior, you can feel the worry that's eating. On your guard. You and the rest of your... You make it through this attack relatively unscathed, but next time you won't... Next time you might not be so lucky. Don't worry, Paul. I will. He nods. But I expected nothing less. Amsel adjusts his glasses, straightens his posture. Now, Nefre, on to other, albeit connected matters. As I was saying when you first approached, I was able to uncover some new evidence in Aspen. And coincidentally enough, that evidence pertains to our scarred friend. You may recall that I dig into Audrin's skin grab. I did, and that search is finally born. One of my contacts outside Berlin handles the paperwork for private hospitals across Germany. It's a dull, boring job, but it does have its perks. Amsel pulls up a file on his screen. A medical chart opens up on the screen. As it turns out, our scarred friend's skin grafts were performed at a legitimate hospital after all. Act 3. Charts. You glance over the chart with a trained eye. A few salient details leap out at you. Firstly, there's almost no personally identifying information on the chart. Apparently, Audrin was delivered to the hospital without any form of ID. We're unable to find a listing for him in their medical database. Name is listed as Max Musterman, the local equivalent of John Doe. Secondly, his injuries are described in great detail. Prognosis was fairly grim at the time of admission. Audrin had sustained third-degree burns over 60% of his body. He'd also been on the receiving end of a massive blunt force trauma. 2 of his ribs were broken and his pelvis had shattered. On top of these terrible wounds, he was also suffering from radiation toxicity. Reports suggest that his body had absorbed over 5,000 millisieverts of ionizing radiation. Without treatment, he almost certainly would have died. Finally, the date of admission catches your attention. Audrin was delivered to the hospital on the 25th of September, 2039. The admitting nurse estimated his age at the time to be 25. Ansel studies your face as you step back from the... Your thoughts? Nothing back. I'd like to hear anything. Audrin might have spent some time in the SOX. That radiation poisoning didn't happen on its own. Agreed. 5,000 millisieverts is a lot of exposure. Sort of basking in the glow of an unshielded reactor, I don't know how he absorbed that much ionizing radiation without spending time in the SOX. Alright, so Audrin was heavily irradiated, most likely from time spent in the SOX. What else does... Burns sound like Dragonfire, but if the Firewing burned Audrin, why would he be working for her now? I don't think that Audrin is working for Firewing. I believe that he's serving her. On Green Winter's second deep, there's a cult within the SOX that worships the Firewing. Disciples of cleaning fire. I believe that Audrin belongs to the cult. That's bad news. There's nothing more than a dangerous zealot. Nothing more dangerous than a zealot. My thoughts exactly. A hireling can sometimes be bribed or reasoned. A pawn could be liberated. Firewing soldiers look upon her as a goddess figure. Nothing short of killing her will deter them. Even that might not stop them. So, it's possible that Audrin is a dragon cult. Seems to fit with much of the other information. Did any other red flags jump out at you? The hospital couldn't ID him. Either someone covered his tracks for him or he was off the grid. Indeed. Audition was a denizen of the SOX, a glowpunk. Lack of identifying information. I'm still just as glad. It's a working theory at any rate. So to sum it up, Audition has probably spent time in the SOX. Possibly even lived there, a member of Flairstrange's Dragonfall. And he's after you. Amsel pauses a moment before continuing. All of this reinforces one fact. We need to find Valclair, and we pass. Agreed. Good. That's all the more reason gather Alice's feet quickly. There's a buzzing sound from Paul's PD, Chris. He lifts his hand to look at his PD. Luck would have it, Frau Müller has arrived. Best of luck at that meeting, right? Remember, this is urgent. Need that money. Come on in. I'm actually gonna go grab a coffee. And I kinda wanna just go looking for Glory fan art. I'm done with this. I need more of her to put her on the Okay, I got my cough drop. Back. New weapons? Perhaps? Got your message about the missing shipment. How can I help? Nods. A gang from the nearby kiosk has been hijacking shipments bound for the taking money out of our pocket. I could use your help to stop it happening. Your dear departed Monica used to provide encryption and control for the Now that she's gone, we merchants have been having no end of trouble. Obvious answer is the gang has been intercepting our communication. What kind of communication? Shipping manifests, payment orders, that kind of thing. A group with an agenda could use that information to set an ambush. That's just what this gang has been. Several cargo trucks full of goods have already been hijacked en route to the I had a tracking device placed on the last shipment I sent out. Containers full of weapons and medical supplies. Sure enough, it got taken and I've tracked it to the Brunnen. Ugh, Herman. If you've never been there, it's a kiosk built out of old U-Bahn station and bunker. Rumor has it a new gang called the Rabengeister pulled up there. I suspect the two things are related. So I need you to go to the Gesundbrunnen, find the Rabengeister, and get our goods back. I can offer you 500 yen for the task, and if you can recover a missing weapon shipment, I'll be able to sell you some better hardware. Tell me anything else about this gang? He frowns. Not much, I'm afraid. What I've heard, the Rabengeister, they have a reputation for stirring up trouble and disappearing without a trace. I would tread carefully and run in if I were you. If I get there? Take the U-Bahn. Lines still run. Folks stop at running anymore. The market there used to be something of a tourist attraction. I think they've fallen on hard times recently. I'll take care of it. Good. About time I had some new. And one more thing, Nefer. I'm gonna need you to go in light on this. Take a friend along if you like, but no more than one. Ukon, they could trash the merchant. Best go quiet. Best go soon, too, before the trail. I'll take Mario with me. I mean, it's probably smarter to take Iger with me, actually. Okay, all my missions are this. I have a couple leads I need to pick up at the cafe anyway. Again? Here you've been. Gossip travels far, does gossip work? Survival, really. Are there child labor laws around here? Tommy puffs up indignantly, and you realize how young she must really be. She couldn't be out of her teens yet. And what does that mean? Chill. Only meant that it can be a hard life for a kid. Grows quiet for a moment, briefly looking down at her shoes before looking you straight in the eye. Yeah, it can be, but it's better than some other lives. Alto gave me a good job and I'm super grateful. Which reminds me, we should get back to it. See you later? She lazily tips an invisible hat at you before returning to the comment. Jobs of people to talk to. You're Nefrit, eh? Schaefer's replacement. He looks you up and down, then nods. Good. Look the part. Let me get right to business. My organization in your services for an indefinite. But first, we're asking you to go on a trial run. An audition of prove you're the right woman for the job. Assuming you can complete this trial to our satisfaction, I'll offer you a variety of simple tasks. All of these should be achievable in the course of your everyday. You won't need to go out of your way to expose yourself to too much unnecessary risk. Task you complete, you'll canceling. There will be a bonus. Oh, have I? Will you accept our offer? Who do you work for? How do you know where to find me? My organization has everything worth knowing in Germany, including a small pond that is Berlin. It is in our best interest, however, to remain unknown to the world at large. For the time being, that's all you need to know. What does this audition pay? I can offer you 1,500 yen if you complete the full audition round and the post-run interview to your satisfaction. If you fail to perform up to our expectations, receive no pay and no further offers of work. Fine. Very good. Assuming that your audition passes much, I can pursue a long and fruitful business relationship. Sure, I'm in. Smiles. Very good. Now to the task at... There's a man named Elsh, manager at Hermes Eurocom, a respected figure in his... My organization expects him of working with pro-corporate extreme. People are actively working to undermine the Flux state and pave the way for a corporate-controlled Berlin. That's not good. My organization has no more desire to see Berlin fall to the corporation. However, we are hesitant to act on our suspicions without proof. This is where you come in. You want me to spy on him? Not directly, no, but we need to place him on surveillance. Meet with a team that I've arranged, and with their assistance, plant list devices in the apartment, please. He can't afford more than that's silly. Take the U-Bahn to Frankfurter Tor and go alone. The rest of your team will meet. Okay, this is the thing normal. Sounds simple enough. For a woman of your talents, it should be. The moment you board the train to Frankfurter Tor, your test will begin. I would advise you to bring what you need, medical supplies in order. If you embark on your trial run, there will be no back. After you have planted the devices and verified they work, come back to me. There will be a brief interview, a post-mortem on the run if you... And assuming that I'm satisfied with what I hear, I'll pay you a stipend. Then we'll discuss your future options. Best of luck, Nephrite. Watching. Can't wait to find out if I want to tell them to fuck off or not. Kirk flashes his wry smile and winks. Told you you've been quite busy of late, O wanderer of the shadows. Sure, your rats told me the business is picking up. But the woman who has taken over for Monica Barakgazi still look like you run rotundity, the Pope from the Vatican. Give her a soy calf, a big one. Put it on my account. I like the cut of her jib. A large soy calf? My, you are the generous one, Goldschmidt. Are you sure you can afford such a gesture? The man frowns. And a scone. I was going to say and a scone as well. Nothing is... As you desire. The Turk whispers. As a moron, but he eats his weight in baklava and pastry. Who am I to care? Now, what is it that you would like? Found this liquor in my travels. Worth anything? No. Not quite. I receive cases for less discerning clientele. I could offer you maybe 10 yen? Sure. Got no use for it. Glad I could be of service. People ever look into that surveillance device on your data tab? The Turk beans at you. Indeed they did, Honor Effendi. Indeed they did, and it was most fortunate that you discovered it. Seems there was a group that wished to destabilize the cruise bazaar, to create a vacuum so they fill with their political ambition. But now they can't? More likely they won't. We trace the signal to its source. Issue has been resolved. Thank you for your help, Effendi. The cruise bazaar owes you. And then talk to him. As you press your way forward through the smoke-filled confines of the cafe, Sezve? Catch sight of Frau Mueller. She appears as Amsel described her. Impressive looking, as not slender, with coffee-colored skin and dark wavy hair. Everything about her screams corporate executive. Her expensive-looking suit to her tastefully, fully understated makeup. She's obviously nervous, but hiding it well. She locks eyes with you and hesitates only slightly before. Nephrite, I presume. Herr Amsel told me. He wasn't lying. He said you had a job for me. She holds her silence for a moment. Yes, I do. In truth, desperate need of your help. Help. I can't talk today, I'm sorry. And tell me what you did, Frau Mueller. She offers you a small smile. And assumed name, obviously. But I have been told that this is how you people... She straightens in her seat and tries on a smile. It hangs for a second, then fades away. Sighs. My accent no doubt inferred that I'm an Adslan. Furthermore, guessed who it is. As technology, I'd assume. She nods. I've been with the company for over a decade. In that time, I've worked on all manner of projects. Innocent, innocuous to the obscene, my hands have touched it all. Never once did I question the wisdom of her research. Never once did I consider blowing the whistle on my employers. I kept my nose down, worked hard, and excelled at the task set before me. Go on. Last month, I was transferred here from my home in Nochalan. They told me that an employee of my caliber was needed in Berlin, and I would be working on a project with wide-reaching applications. The other detail I was given project, Bloodline. That doesn't sound good. That sounds real gross. She looks you in the eye, and for the first time you can see the cracks in her composure. She's doing a good job of hiding it, but deep down this woman is terrified. I've seen many terrible things in my life now. In Nochalan, blood magic is commonplace. Take a moment to imagine what that means. Oh, game. Why do you? Ugh. Why are they doing the Mexicans are doing blood sacrifices? Like, Shadowrun, you're sticking to your lore too hard sometimes. In the underground markets, people are bought and sold for cattle. Street children are rounded up and bled like lambs. I witnessed all of these things by the age of 12. Deep breath and lets it out slowly. Seeing such things, it changes you. Makes you numb. What I found out when I arrived here was worse. This project, it horrifies me now. Must be stopped. Tell me everything you know about blood. She shakes her head. The less you know, the better, for both of us. You'll just have to trust me on that. I'm gonna find out eventually. You need to know that it's evil, and it's not a word I use lightly. You won't tell me what this bloodline is. How do you expect me to stop it? Simple. She leans in and looks you in the eye. I want you to bring the building down. The computers, the research data, the images and scientists are working to bring about this abomination. Oh, mages. I want them all burned to ash and buried in rubble. No compromises and no exception. Her tone softens. Sorry that you have unanswered questions. I'm not in the habit of dealing with Shadowrunners. Truth? I've spent the majority of my career living in fear of you people. But I do know you're the only ones who can get this done. So tell me, Nephrite, is there anything more you need to hear from me? Or are you ready to make a decision? What about any innocent people in the... None of us are innocent, Nephrite, but if you need to solve your conscience, rest assured that at the hour of your approach, the only personnel authorized to be on site will be security and senior members of the research. And I assure you, neither are innocent in this matter. If the Bloodline Project reaches nobody will be safe ever again. It sounds like hyperbole, I know, but it isn't. This Bloodline Project will lead to countless deaths. I'm certain enough of this to hire you, despite the fact that doing so will probably cost me my own life. Not a demolition expert. How do you expect me to level a building? I don't need to be a competent decker. I'm told you are. I am. Ish. This facility is powered by a number of on-site generators. There are safeguards in place to prevent them from exploding. In the event of a power spike, the system is designed to shut itself down. But I know how you can disable those safeguards. Once the generators begin to overload, you'll have a limited time to reach. Explosions are quite catastrophic. What can you tell me about buildings? Expect it to be tight. In addition to their standard security team, as technology has taken out a Knight Errant high threat response contract to protect the building. Oh good, them again. Corporate doesn't seem to mind contracting a competitor for emergency response. That should give you some indication as to the ness of this project. At any rate, I believe I've come up with a solution to the Knight Errant problem. I'll discuss the matter with your haremsel if you decide to take on an eyelash. Let's talk compensation. 36,000 yen, as I told your haremsel. That's what I've allocated for the job. That's fair. It's better than fair. I've done my homework, Nephrite. I'll do it. Yes, and? Take the job. Her face visibly brightens. In that case, it's a deal. I can't tell you how relieved I am, Nephrite. Thank you for helping me bring this nightmare to me. I will iron out the remaining haremsel. I want to talk this over with you anyway. You're a good woman, Nephrite. You're saving more lives than you. Alright. Let's go do this lodge mission. And not die? Maybe? Travel to Frankfurter Tor to meet Sarah's team. Trial run. As the U-Bahn hums towards the Frankfurter Tor, tug idly at the fabric of your found it in a duffel bag on your long with a note from Dwyer to put it on before your arrival. The moment you step off this train, the note says, your trial run begins. You're to rendezvous with the rest of your team, reconnoiter the building, and plant the specified devices in Alshair's suite. Beyond that, your approach will be left to you. Do not disappoint us. Okie You emerge from the dingy confines of the light of day. Find yourself confronted by a wall of muscle in a Knight Errant uniform. You're with Maintenance. It isn't a question. He stands impassively, waiting for a response. Yes, sir. Have you seen any other maintenance guys around here? Yeah, they've been trickling in over the last 15 minutes. I've already done a security check on your entire crew. Everything checked out, so you're gonna go head on to the building whenever you want. Thank you for your time. I'll see you. Have a good one. Young dwarf looks wide-eyed with apprehension. From the way she's fidgeting, you can tell she's terrified. She bites her lower lip, eyes darting from side to side. Finally, she takes a step towards you. Hello? Are you Miss Nephrite? Yeah. Me. Am I late? No, you're right on time. But the rest of us got here early and one of the others was pretty vocal about not wanting to wait. Off and the other guy followed him. They're already inside. Let me get this straight. They charged on into the building. Do anything to stop them? Dwarf wrings her hands. Tell them to wait. Our instructions were clear, I said. Go in as a group. They didn't listen to me and they just went on in anyway. She's cute. I love this hair. Her highlights are really nice. Alright. You have a toolbox. You a rigger or something? I'll, not like you. Not like the others. You should probably know that. Then what are you like? A normal person with a boyfriend and a cat in a shitty apartment. I'm not a career criminal is what I'm saying. Just an electrician. You're not a Shadowrunner. What are you doing on this? Her face flushes red. I'd rather not talk about it. Let's just say that someone did me a favor once and that's coming along on this thing is how I have to pay it back. Look, in the end it doesn't matter. I have to be on this run and you have to bring me along. What they want. Okay. You at least you know how to defend yourself? Well, kind of. I brought my taser and I have a little holdout pistol for self-defense. I've done some shooting at the... I've never fired at a living thing before. Certainly not a person. We can get through this thing without I'm hoping we can get through this thing without me having to. That makes two of us. When did our teammates abandon you? About 10 minutes ago. I watched them storm through the front doors of the building we were... A lot can happen and... They'll still be on the first floor. Nobody's getting upstairs till I bypass the security locks on the elevator. That's why I decided to wait for you out here. Figured that they couldn't get too far ahead of us if I'd go inside with them. Good thinking. Thanks. I just hope they don't screw things up in there. All that I want is to get this thing over with and get back home. Right there with you. Let's head inside. Yeah, okay. Let's do it. Zoo. A mid-level corporate compound, complete with living spaces on the upper level. There's one of them. Oh, I guess not. There's a restaurant here? Interesting. Waitress steps forward to greet you, a drink menu in her hand. Welcome to Cop Shack. Budget-friendly caffeine fix. Help you? Thanks, but no. She shrugs. Treat yourself. Have a good one. Hope that I can just order coffee on this mission. I spy with my little eye what's inside. As you step through the door, you find yourself confronted by a pair of men wearing the same kind of uniform you are. Judging by their expressions, no love lost between the two. Hearing the door swing open, they turn to face you. Shorter of the two, a human with arcane symbols, tastefully embossed into his belt, glares at you. You're here, finally. Brought our little mouse of an electrician with you. Better late than never, but not much better. You're tardy enough as it is. Jerks his thumb at the elf standing beside him. I'll leave you to keep her pack mule. The elf's lips curl into a snarl. Hanging from his back is a bulging pack that looks incredibly heavy. Broad shoulders sag under the weight of whatever is inside. He's dumb as a post, but he can lift heavy things. Might not be bad in a fight either. At least he can soak up a full bullets for the rest of us. This guy sucks shit! Staring daggers at them, he spits out a long string of foreign words in a single susurrant breath. The sound of it is lovely, but the expression leaves little doubt that the message behind the words is an ugly one. Oh, I hope that you can speak Setheriel. Beareth you. He shakes his head in disgust. Not saying that. Watch it. In case you haven't noticed, I'm an elf too. Congratulations. Also, get your ears checked. I didn't say damned use dandelion eaters. I called him a foreigner. Who fucking is? Oh, by the way, could have gotten here any later, pal? I've got an important meeting to get to, and if I'm late, the shit is gonna hit the... This isn't getting us to your thing any faster. He flashes a hateful glare at the dwarf, then turns his attention back to you. No, it isn't. So let's get into the penthouse and plant the cameras. I'll mask them against detection, then all go our separate ways. The elf mutters something under his breath, hitches the bulky pack up a little higher on his back. His muscles bulge under the strain of it. Sure our friend here only speaks breath ago? My immense disappointment, yes. A Tirtangir dialect by the sound of it. Wish you'd do us all a favor and go back. Understand me at all, brother? Elf's dialect is completely foreign. Quite unlike the form of Sperathiel spoken by the elves of Tirnanog. You only managed to get 2 words. Terrible, insolence of threatening. You at all? Look, come on, my friend. Your words don't seem to have much impact. Elf's scowl deepened. Now that we're all together, let's discuss our approach. Anyone know how we're supposed to get into Ailshire's penthouse? I do. You can get me to a building access panel that's on the same circuit as the penthouse. I should be able to put its security system into maintenance. The job will take some creative rewiring. Well, that and whatever is in the pack the elf is carrying. Our employers gave me the schematics. And do you know where to find that access panel, mouse? Quit calling me that! She takes a moment to calm herself. And yes, I do. There's an access panel in one of the mid-range apartments on the same floor. My contact gave me a key code that should get us in. You said should twice already. That makes me feel uneasy. Well, there was nothing I can do about that. It's the plan that I was given and we're stuck with it. So you have a better idea. We'll have to follow our instructions and hope for the best. She turns to Faith. Get me to a building access terminal on this floor, and I can rewire the elevator. That's the first thing we need. Once we're upstairs, we use the code I was given. I rewire Ailshire's security system. Hide the cameras in his apartment. Her brow furrowed. Oh, the theory anyway. Alright then. Go. Objective 1. Get Jonna to the utility room. Get the team upstairs to and have James hide cameras in the penthouse. simple. Okay, that's the security room. Not the utility room. Oh, here we are. This looks right. There's so many people here. Welcome to Dunkley's Fine Clothier. Shopping for a suit? Fashionable business out of ballistic cloth catching eye. A simple matter to slide it on under your bag, you mean? I'm not buying right now. Anyway. Not a pity. Well, if that ever changes, come back anytime. Why am I in a shopping... Oh, we're... Okay, this is like a shopping district under... Jonna studies the junction box for a moment. Turns to face you. See that guard in the hallway? Well, he was standing next to a junction box like one too. Looks like they're both on the same circuit too. Oh. So I can use this one to overload the one that the guard is standing by. He looks at the junction box and nods. Yeah, I could feed a nice power spike into that one from here. You know, if you wanted me to. What'd that do? Make a loud bang and arc in a full hallway to knock out a gang of trolls? I'd rather you didn't. Find another way past the guard. Fine by me, just thought I'd offer. Now, can I convince you? Guard stance shifts slightly as... Can I help you? Yeah, we have... Could you open the door to the utility area? Do some work. Can't read the guard's expression through his map, but his body language makes it clear he's staring at you. This door is security coded. Delta grade. Your ID says you're just a Theta, so no, I can't open... Not listening. Work to do. Heard her loud and clear, Mop Jockey. Now you listen to me. Nobody without Delta clearance gets through this door, period. I suggest you talk to management. Really do need to be in here. They'll upgrade your clearance. Otherwise, piss off. Cool down. I'm on the same side here. It's a dispatch problem. Sure of it. I don't envy you guys having to work with them. Guard's shoulders relax. Yeah, I hear ya. I swear, it's amazing that anyone gets anything done all around here. Tell you what, I don't need to go all the way back to man. Just call in and get your clearance changed. I'll let you guys in as soon as the authorization. Yeah, I'd better go take care of this in person. But one thing before I go. Instead of this week's protocols, sent us out with last week. Any changes since then? He shakes his head. Unbelievable. You know, it makes my blood boil to think about how much money they make. People like you and me that actually keep this place running. Get the idiots at dispatch pulling triple what we do, sitting on their asses and fouling everything. With you there, man. Now about those protocols. Yeah, let's see. They changed the emergency code from November to Indigo. I think that's it. Everything else should be the same for lunch. Indigo. Yeah, thanks. Now I'd better head back to management to get the clearance issue. On stage lead. Best of luck, pal. Do us all a favor and call out the patch. Not that it'll do any good. On second thought, don't bother saying. They just wind up getting another. Go on, I know it. Take care of yourself. Yeah, you too. By you? Talk to you. Sorry, I'm just seeing if this is interesting. Yeah, that... Guard steps forward and posing himself between the terminal. Your security clearance doesn't... Why do you cross the way when the mess? Status Indigo, compromised? Does that mean anything to you? Guard jerks upright in alarm. He said, what? Step out of my way, please. That'll help. Terminal is logged into the building. It should be relatively simple to trick its threat assessment software into sending out a false positive. Enter the false data into the system to indicate threats coming from a far part of the complex away from the target. Your response codes flash onto the screen. I shouldn't have gone back here. You there, maintenance guy. Stop right where you are. Is there a problem? Damn right there is. You lied to me. Nobody called a code Indigo, and when dispatch took a closer look at your work orders, they found they were fakes. You're all coming with us. Not have gone back over here. Mage's hands ignite with arcane energy. His mouth curls into an ugly. That's the end of the line for you, boys. Bad luck. Hold on. I'm gonna get shot for saying this, but I want it to happen. Hold on, everybody. We can still talk this out. Donna begins to stammer out an agreement. Her eyes wide. Yeah, we don't want any trouble. Guards jerk their weapons out of their holsters and turn to fire. A quick save. I should not have done that. Whoops. Let's try again. Went the wrong fucking way. Just get back to where I was. This is a very fancy. Okay, let's look around and see if there... Just pause it. Anything? Oh, thank you. I don't know if this is the right thing to do, but and I kind of feel bad doing it. But I'm gonna zap them. You? Hello, sir. There's been an emergency. See ya. Enter the fake data. Now we need to not go back to there before we zap them. I'm sure is very humane. And won't definitely kill them. That too? Alright, try him. Yeah, they're super dead, aren't they? Great. They're just sleeping. Wordlessly, Jonah pops an access panel at the base of the terminal and snipping one. A few minutes later, she replaces the panel's cover in her hands. Tragic accident. So true. Alright. That should do it. I've bypassed the security lock on the... We're good to head upstairs. That was quick. I know my way around electrical systems. My father used to own rental properties all over Munich, and I helped him maintain them. I've been rewiring buildings since I was a little girl. Touching. I don't know what this has to do with getting me to my meeting, but please, by all means, keep waltzing down memory. We'll wait. Are you ever not a dick? If you make me miss my meeting, you'll see exactly how much of a dick I can be. You're supposed to be our leader, so pull your head out of your ass and lead us. Preferably in an upstairs direction. Get done with this before security catches up. Ah, but security did catch us in an alternate timeline. Alright, I need you to get me to this floor's access panel. That'll be room 303 on this floor. The door combination is 1491. She glances up at you. Be sure to write that down. Yeah, I've got it. Okay, once I'm there, I can put the penthouse door in maintenance mode. That'll set its key code combination to 11111. So we shouldn't have any trouble getting in to plant the cameras. Halfway decent time. Not good, not terrible. Can't afford any other delays. Drax is not. Hope no one else gets in our for their own sake. Yeah, tough guy. You're in a hurry, we get it. No, up about it alright. Ugly smile falls away from his face. What replaces it is uglier. If I weren't under instructions to follow your lead, this would be very conversation. Fuck you too. Yeah? Well, you are, so shut up and deal with it. She shakes her head in disgust. God, I wish that we didn't finish this job. Lip curls into it. Sadly, for all of us, you... Oh, by the way, we're going to have words when this run is over. mouse. A stream of caustic syllables pours out of the elf's mouth. His back is stooped into the pack, but his hands have clenched into. He rolls his eyes and points a bony finger at the elf. Look, he's trying to speak. Fuck you! I'm gonna get this over with, Nephrite. I want to get away from these people and go home. Okay, let's do it. Trying not to run. Okay, that's the penthouse. Apartment 302. Here, enter. No, that's not what I want. 303. Welcome, homeowner. Oh, good. I'm a homeowner. You really can do things in video games you can't do in real life. Oh. Head. For a dog? I'm not gonna explore this apartment too much because I feel like the person who lives here is gonna catch me. Moving the painting aside, you find a large main access. Donna steps forward, a slight frown on her face. Okay, I guess this is me. Done most of the work, honestly. She pulls a multi-tool from her belt and uses holds the lamp panel in place. Pulling up a schematic on her PC, examines the terminal's work. Hurry it up, woman. The clock is ticking. Don't rush me. It's complicated. Popping the lid on her toolbox, she grabs a pair of wire clippers, a soldering gun, and a roll of electrical. With a look of grim determination, she begins to snip into massive harnesses. Runs through the. Alright, taps the elf on the knee. I'm gonna need that thing now. He nods and reaches back to unsling his pack. Placing it on the floor, he opens it and pulls out a large blue canister. He takes all of his strength to wrestle it up from the ground and into the space in the access panel that Jonna has. There you go, you dumb fox. Do something useful. What have you done? The elf says nothing. Burdened by the heavy pack, he stands up straight. And for the first time, you appreciate how much larger he is than corporate made. Stares down at James, hands bunch into fists. Stay cool, man. We're almost done. If the elf understands you, he shows no sign of it. He continues to stare James down, and the mage continues to. Payload in place, Jonna goes back to work. It only takes a few minutes for her to screw, wire, and solder the canister into the harness. She inspects her work, nods, and turns to face you. Stands and brushes the hair out of her eyes. Alright, job's done. Just need to do a bit of cleanup and get out of here. Good job, Jonna. Yeah, thanks. Wasn't all that difficult. Matter of following our employer's instruction. Hey, that's great, but time's a-ticking, so let's keep moving. He glances at the jumble of wire inserts. Open access panel. The hell with this cleanup. We'll be gone before anyone notices anything anyway. Just a second. What canister do you put into the terminal? Drugs. For all I know, it could be full of pixie dust. Said I had to wire it into the wall of this junction. I did. I'm not comfortable with how little we know about this room. Mage sneers. You haven't been doing this long, have you? The watch doesn't tell you things you don't need to. You don't ask. Your job is to do what they tell you, take the money, and keep your mouth shut about what it is afterward. All very simple. Which? The mage's eyes widen incredulously. You don't even know who you're working for, do you? You're leading this team and you don't have a clue. Jonna cuts in, her eyes wide. Both of you, shut up. Someone's coming. A tall, deeply tanned man rounds the corner at a jog and comes busting into. You recognize him as the father that you spoke with at the Augment Tech kiosk. Stops short when he sees me. A smile falls from his face. You! Lady from the cyberware kiosk. What the hell is going on here? He advances on you, full of bluster and bravado. This is my apartment! Own it! You can't just waltz in here and start pulling the walls apart without my consent. Our maintenance. Look at the uniform. Yeah, I see that, but it doesn't give you the right to force your way into my home and start tearing up my walls. At the very least, you should have given me advance notice. James shoots you an irritated glance. I'm already running late. Don't take care of this idiot, I will. Self barks something. The sound is uncharacteristically. All harsh consonants, sibilant. Let's keep your mouth shut, James. I'll talk it out with our friend here. Brussels. Talk it out? To hell with that. We have a job to do and he's in the way. Deal with him and do it fast so we can get back on track. Homeowner looks shocked, but he recovers quickly. A step towards James. His hands balled in fists. Alright, buddy, you asked for it. I want to know your employee number and I want to know it now. I'm a member of the Homeowners Association for the level. You know what that means? I have a lot of pull with building management. Thrust an outstretched finger at James. Your days wearing that uniform are numbered, I promise you that. Calm down, sir. Must be a problem with dispatch. Should have received a work order last week. Didn't receive a thing from dispatch or from anyone else for that matter. My wife and I are entertaining guests in here in an hour and a half and our living room is ruined. I need you to know that you're going to fix this, and that you'll clean the place back up, and that you'll put a new coat of wax on the floor. I need... the hell with it. I don't have time for this. His hands twist into claws and he raises them high. An instant later, they're wreathed in a natural purple glow. James, stand down. You do not need to kill this man. The glow intensifies into a scintillating torrent of light. The energy lances and stabs out of Jane's hooked fingers as if he were alive. The man in the doorway recoils in alarm. Palm slaps down on a plastic disc that clipped to his belt. Too late, he recognized the object. A panic button. No alarm sounds. Nothing happened. The homeowner backpedals, trying to put a wall between himself and James. Moving too slowly. Much too slowly. James, let him go, goddammit. Mage's response comes out with a snarl. He tried to bring security down us. He isn't leaving this room. An incomprehensible scream cuts off the mage's sentence. In your peripheral vision, you catch a flurry of motion. Your elvish companion is moving, making a beeline towards James. Donna is hanging off him, trying to slow him down, but he barely seems... Stop, damn it! We need him alive to complete the run! A kick, he sends her tumbling to the ground, then turns back towards James. I hate the bastard too, but Jonna's right, we need him. The elf comes up short, staring at you. Sweeps his vision from you to Jonna to James. Tails heavily and spits out a jumble of broken German. Killers. Innocence of will not stand for. I will not slave. All lodgemen bastards. I kill all. Oh, this is more than a little fucked up. Armor. Power bolt. This is very sad. I'm gonna just have them fight each other. Okay if he attacks. There you go. Now you're attacking the right person. They're just fucking each other up. I wish I knew more about the circumstances. What the fuck? Pepper. Assholes. Trendily designed panel reads slick, high-grade keypad has been mounted in and key override code 11111. Maintenance override accepted. Mage wipes spatters of blood from his back of his hand. He attacked me. Our elf. The fucker tried to kill me. You've been insulting him ever since we arrived here. What did you think was going to happen? Face flushes red. If you'd been a better group leader, you wouldn't have let that happen. You'd have... For the love of God, shut up. Just stop talking. We're both sick to death of you. You need me to finish the mission. Yeah, that's true. But if you don't shut that smug mouth of yours right now, you're gonna arrive at the meeting without a tongue. Without another word, the mage turns and stalks off in the direction of the penthouse. Place the first camera. Pierce is dealing with an audible clue. James steps forward, his fingers bent. He whispers a long string of hushed syllables that seem to vibrate in your mind. For a moment, nothing seems to happen. Then you blink and the camera is gone. Done. Get moving on to the next one. Oh, finally! He shuts the fuck up. Second camera clicks onto a heating vent. Blends irises to adjust to the light. James repeats his previous performance. Camera fades from. How are we getting out? Place the last camera. James steps forward, then turns to stare you in the eye. When we get through with this run, I'm going to tell your handler all about you. It won't work for the lodge again. Not because you're an incompetent leader. I have pulled. I don't like you very much. What do you have to say about that? This entire run is a test. Think you're here to tempt me into losing? Going to happen. That infuriating smirk returned. Yeah, that's right. This is all about you. Keep believing that and see where it gets. He whispers to the third camera. Soon enough, it fades from. Suddenly, an alarm blares to life. James jerks back in surprise. Damn it! I knew this would happen if I didn't kill that spray-tan jackass. I knew it! His hands hook into claws. Air seems to shimmer around him. Looks like we're fighting our way out of here. Another unnecessary. I will take them. God, I hate this guy so much. Elevator. Alright, fight time, I assume. Oh, hello. Fun. Okay, we gotta kill you fast. Nice. You hit please me? Okay, this is on you. Nice. Oh. Shit. I don't have a trauma kit. Oh, fuck off. Of course you. Glad everyone's missing, but still. I can't heal it. That hits everyone. Which I don't want to. Ow! That fucking hurt. I would like to stun this. That's bad. Nice. Well, shotguns are so good. Get the fuck out of here. He's... Ugh. We're back in combat. Yeah, one man. Go cover. Okay. Whatever. Still can't. Oh, I can see you. mark you? Nice. Oh my god, this guy's gonna fucking die. I mean, it'd be kind of fine if he... Also, I don't... happen. Yeah. Ow. Ow. Nice crit. Yeah. Oh good, no one has a trauma kit. That's fine. I mean, I'm fine if he dies. Probably. Getting my girl out of here. Oh, there's still people. I am most recent autosave. Oh, 9. Wait, what's that rewind? Ooh. Oh. But that doesn't help. I'd have to do all of this again. I kind of don't want to. Okay. Looks like there's only one guy, though. Ow. Fucking rude. Ow. Jerk. Okay. Get the of here. I'm glad that guy's dead. I'm not happy that he killed the dog. Can't believe it. 5. The Elf and James season side street. I made it out. Thank me. You got yourself out of that building. Can't believe that. Not really, but thanks for saying so. Call your contact. Tell him that the job is done. I want to be on the next train out of here. After that, I never even want to think about the lodge again. Enter the comm code that Lucador gave you. You punch Lucador's comm code into your... A few seconds later, you hear the telltale click of successful connection. Lucador's voice pours out of your... Nephrite. Job is done, I trust. Yeah, everything's been completed to your specifications. Quote, quote. Elf from Tirtan gear turned on us. Had to put him down. James died in the escape, but Jonna made it out. Flicks his tongue softly. Interesting. The elf is dead was expected. Dangerous and unreasonable person. Disgruntled, you may say, after years of service in our employ. Betrayal of you was inevitable. Thankfully, with his death, we have gained valuable insight into your character. He pauses for a moment, then. I trust that James suffered his accident on the way out of the building. Very convenient. Very much as we expected. You're performing exactly as we hoped you. Now, let us see how adequately you completed the task I set before you. Enter the following code into your PDA, please. 52. 5256719. Type in the code as instructed. PDA's screen cuts to static. A moment later, a familiar image materializes on the penthouse room that you bugged. It seems to be a live feed from the cameras you... Further the done a full... Absolutely, sir. Run multiple sleeps with a complete sensor package and run a mage to search for signs of astral taint. It all checks out clean. Safe in here. He lets out a heavy sigh. Thank God. Fall downstairs and let my wife and kid know that it's safe. Do, sir. Is there anything else I can do? Oh, thank you. That will be all. You have a good... Suddenly the air in the room seems to ignite. There's a blinding flash and your PDA's screen cuts to static. It was a bomb, wasn't it? And that takes care of that. Please return to the car. The remainder of your post-run interview will conclude upon your arrival. Hang on. What the hell was that? There is an eyeball. An eyeball. An eyebrow. What did it feel like? Explosion. Run wasn't a surveillance operation. It was an assassination. It was both. Tasks were carried out to the leather. You should said be pleased, Nephrite. The run was a resounding success. Describe the run to me. You left out the part where we planted a bomb. That's a hell of an omission. How many people fucking died? Donna covered her mouth with a horrified expression on her face. Oh god, I killed someone. That man is dead because... You killed like 3 people earlier, but okay. You didn't know, Jonna. None of us did. On you. A sob racks her chest. She begins to hyperventilate. I can never get away with this. This is going to follow me for the rest of my life. I killed people. I'm a fucking murderer. Long pause, punctuated only by the muffled sound of Jonna weeping for her hand. Dara speaks. Your audition is only halfway finished now, right? I'd like to see you directly. Object? Damn right we're gonna talk about this, Luca. I'll be on the next train. Very good. I'll be waiting. Fuck that. Fuck all of that. What the fuck? The return trip to the cruise bazaar is a quiet one. Train from the Frankfurter tour is empty. Nothing to see distract you from your thoughts. You're finished with the first part of your audition. Sarah is waiting at the cafe. Says, can we pronounce that again? Jezve to administer the second. Yay, I got 2 XP. I'm gonna finish off this guy, but... Alright, asshole. F right. Welcome back and my congratulations on a job well done. And Alshire dead, you just said so. Never said anything about a bomb. Plans changed. Nature of the business. He reaches into his pocket then plastic rod, a cred stick. Yes, it's a problem. You can't pay me enough to violate my own principles. And you don't belong in the shadows. Not a business for bleeding hearts or for thinkers. For people at the top of the ladder, are just people like you and me are nothing more than a hand. The true purpose of the run that you just went on was to test your willingness to adapt to change. You're still being tested, by the way. If you work for my organization, you asked to do find morally troubling. Times him. Hear that we're lying to you. And take comfort in everything we request for you. I don't know what I should pick here. Uh... This mission sucks. Yeah, fuck him. Or what happened to me. How can you expect me to... I suppose we're asking you for a leap of... That leap will be well rewarded, of course. Imagine the good you could do for offering. You could make a real... of the people of this cruise bazaar. Felt so... Oh, fuck off. Not in hand. Let's see the big picture. Picture. I can't either. I am again just a mouth. The only ones who answer the count aren't in the practice of sharing information with hirelings, but know that they are some of the most intelligent men on this place. A high priority on social ability. Those are good things by anyone's. So, what do you think of all that? If you're looking for a mindless, looking for the wrong guy. He frowns, slides the cred stick back into his breast pocket. Oh, sorry, I'm being really quiet. A pity. I honestly believed that you had potential. You've failed your audition. Nothing more for us to discuss. Good day. Fucking people died. Not even two. Like, so many fucking people died for no reason. Fuck this guy. Fuck his lodge. Anyway. Save the person who mattered. One of them.